Сегодня мы совершим поездку по Советскому Союзу. Посмотрим, как живут простые люди в этой стране. Начнем с Московского базара, где всегда много народа. Каждый день москвичи приходят сюда покупать овощи. Вот покупатель выбирает себе огурцы по вкусу. А тут продают красные, спелые помидоры. Москвичи их очень любят. Конечно, в Москве, как и в других городах Советского Союза, есть государственные продуктовые магазины. Но средний советский гражданин предпочитает покупать овощи на базаре. Товар здесь не всегда дешевле, но выбор больше и продукты более свежие. Если мы перенесемся за 1000 километров от Москвы в город Ташкент, столицу Узбекской Советской Республики, и отправимся на местный базар, мы увидим почти такую же картину. Здесь, в Средней Азии, люди выглядят несколько по-другому. На них иногда другая одежда, но сам базар мало отличается от московского. Впрочем, сегодня на Ташкентском базаре продают главным образом большие спелые арбузы и дыни. Этот бородатый житель Ташкента хочет купить арбуз. Чтобы показать, что он торгует хорошим товаром, продавец разрезает арбуз. Смотрите все, это спелый и сочный арбуз. Теперь торговля пойдет еще лучше. Когда жарко, нет ничего приятнее сочного арбуза. К юго-западу от Ташкента, недалеко от границы Таджикской Советской Республики, находится древний город Самарканд. В нем много красивых мечетей с высокими минаретами. Самарканд – один из самых старых городов мира. Никто точно не знает, когда он был основан. Из истории известно, что в IV веке до Рождества Христова этот город был завоеван Александром Македонским. Позже, в конце XIV века, он стал столицей государства, которое создал завоеватель Тамерлан. С того времени сохранилось много замечательных памятников архитектуры, мечетей и мавзолеев. Все они теперь превращены в музеи, которые привлекают много туристов. Но простым гражданам Самарканда нет времени заниматься прошлым. Эта высокая стена построена не менее 5 веков тому назад. Посмотрите, каким прекрасным восточным орнаментом украшена она. Но жители проходят мимо нее, думая не о прошлом, а о заботах текущего дня. Если мы поедем из Средней Азии по направлению к Дальнему Востоку, мы увидим бесконечные степи, покрытые пшеницей. Такие степи, перемежаясь с лесом и горами, тянутся 1000 километров по всей южной части Западной Сибири. При полевых работах на таких обширных пространствах трудно обойтись без машин. Мы видим, как пшеницу убирают машинами. Эта машина изобретена в Америке. По-русски она называется зерновой комбайн. Теперь мы уже в Восточной Сибири. Перед нами мост через одну из тех многочисленных рек, которые впадают в озеро Байкал. Этот поселок расположен на берегу Байкала. В Восточной Сибири есть несколько сравнительно крупных городов, но большинство населения живет в деревнях или таких небольших поселках, как этот. Вообще, Восточная Сибирь еще слабо заселена. На квадратные километры приходится меньше 1 человека. Байкал – самое глубокое озеро в мире. В одном месте глубина его доходит до 1940 метров. Восточная Сибирь богата лесом. Лес сплавляют по рекам и озерам. Жилища здесь отапливаются дровами. А дома строятся почти исключительно из дерева. Этот зеленый дом с красными ставнями обшит досками. Но большинство сибирских домов строится просто из бревен. Это не очень красивые, но прочные дома. Коренные жители Сибири называются сибиряками. Вот типичное жилище сибиряка. В Восточной Сибири не только деревни и поселки, но даже небольшие города состоят из таких домов. Это улица сибирского поселка. Веселые цветы украшают жизнь. Их любят даже в холодной Сибири. Чтобы построить хороший бревенчатый дом, не нужно машин и сложных инструментов. Сибиряки и теперь строят свои дома так, как строили их деды 100 лет тому назад. Однако для этого нужен долгий опыт и большое умение. Нужно хорошо владеть топором. И все-таки главный инструмент – это ручная пила. Зимы в Сибири долгие и очень холодные. Морозы нередко доходят до 40 градусов. Чтобы зимой в доме было тепло, все щели между бревнами тщательно затыкают паклей. Такой бревенчатый дом обычно строят долго, но он и простоит много лет. Лето в Восточной Сибири короткое, но очень солнечное. Света и тепла достаточно для растений и животных. В этом сибирском колхозе разводят кур. Колхоз расположен на берегу озера Байкал, и куры бродят около воды, которая их совсем не интересует. Колхозная корова тоже пасется на берегу озера. Уткам, конечно, вода гораздо нужнее, чем курам. У колхозников есть свои маленькие приусадебные участки, на которых они выращивают овощи для собственных потребностей. Это семья, отец, сын, мальчик лет 12, и мать копает картофель на своем участке на склоне холма. Большая часть того, что произведено в колхозе общественным трудом, сдается государству, но собственные приусадебные участки колхозников дают им возможность существовать. Поэтому на таких участках люди работают с особенным усердием. В этом белом доме живет семья сибирского колхозника. Земля, на которой стоит дом, принадлежит государству, но домом владеет сам колхозник. Он может также иметь небольшое количество домашней птицы и скота. Так живут крестьяне не только в Сибири, но и во всем Советском Союзе. На своем участке советский крестьянин может работать только тогда, когда закончил дневную работу на колхозном поле. Простые люди в Советском Союзе очень мало знают о жизни за границей. Вот почему с таким интересом читают эти сибирские колхозники журнал «Америка», который подарил им проезжий американец. Журнал «Америка» издается в Вашингтоне на русском языке, но достать его трудно даже в Москве. Несомненно, колхозники никогда раньше не видели этого журнала. Пожилая колхозница внимательно рассматривает журнал. Статья называется «Передовик кукурузы». И молодая жизнерадостная девушка, и старая, усталая от работы женщина, все они хотят хоть немножко узнать о том, как живут люди за границей. На этом мы закончим нашу сегодняшнюю поездку по Советскому Союзу. Мы побывали в Москве, в Средней Азии, в Западной и Восточной Сибири. Многого мы, конечно, не успели увидеть, но все же мы смогли хотя бы мимолетно взглянуть на жизнь простых людей в этой огромной стране. К сожалению, им гораздо труднее узнать правду о нашей жизни.
Hello, everybody. This is Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. We are actually live today because I didn't do my math right. I thought I was going to be traveling to Locust to see my family, but I don't have to leave until after my show, so I'm going to be showing you some 16mm films and then packing while we're watching those 16mm films. So I hope you're okay with that. Progress?
This is Earth, God's creation, nature all around. Insects flying, frogs jumping, toads wait on their pads. This is ours to do with as we wish. I want to keep it peaceful and clean, but others think beauty is factories growing. What do you want?
Walk and see the serenity of the stream. Frogs jump and the winds blow ripples in the soft, cool water. The grass is green and shelters tiny, peaceful creatures.
Forests, trees disappearing, towns become cities, machines invented, animals dying.
invading forests, clearing trees, taming wildlife, building cities, threateningly.
It is asphalt jungle now. All trees have long been pushed over. The last green space has been paved, closing off the faint cry, the cry of desperate, dying nature.
We evolved from the sea, some say, with great intentions. We built cities and opened new horizons. We polluted our air, our land, our seas, in search of progress. The fate of the oceans lies with man. The fate of man lies in the oceans.
Cars and airplanes, blackening the air with dirty exhaust, killing creatures unfairly.
Nature's wilderness is gone. Now is the never-ending wilderness of noise, pollution, death. The exhaust from cars stinging your throat. No time to help other people. No time to care. Bombs coming from planes, trying to protect, but only destroying, ruining our once lovely planet.
Pollution burdens our air, poisons our water, killing plants, killing animals. S2. Environment: water, soil, air. Life: wildlife, man. Population, overpopulation. Pollution: smog, exhaust, smoke. Progress: extinction,
Wow. Really great. And sure, yeah, just barely animated. But I gotta say, for 8th graders, it's pretty great. And so this next film, this is actually from our collection. I was able to get some scanning in last night. The title of this made me go, oh, this is exciting. In the first like 10 seconds, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. Well, not so much.
It was early summer, 10:20 a.m., Saturday morning. My partner Bob Kane and I were just about to close up for the weekend. My name's Carter. I work the West Side. Hello, this is Carter. Yeah. Your son? How'd it happen? Okay, we'll be right there.
What's up?
Trouble. A swing set accident just sent a kid off to the emergency room. Boy's father wants help.
Let's go.
10:52, we arrived at the scene of the accident. The child's mother had taken him to the emergency room. The father looked worried. You buy this swing set, Mr. Blaine?
Yeah, about 4 years ago when Tommy's sister was his age. But we never had any trouble before.
You've been lucky.
I guess so.
Looks like your luck just ran out. At 11:45, we completed our inspection of the swing set. It was about as safe as a time bomb. The thing was loaded with hazards. Exposed and protruding screws and bolts. Some needed tightening. Open-ended S-hooks. Unstable anchoring. Rusted swing chains and metal tubing. The set was installed dangerously close to a tree in the back of the house. There was a concrete slab surface underneath the swing set. The ring openings were in the danger zone for catching a child's head. And the culprit in this case, metal swing seats with broken edges. Tommy had gotten a nasty gash on his face while roughhousing with a friend on the swings.
It's a miracle no one's been hurt on this thing before.
Right you are, Bob. But too bad for little Tommy, the miracles had to stop. At 11:58, we discussed our findings with the boy's father. Mr. Blaine, that swing set of yours is infested with hazards. Quite frankly, Mr. Blaine, it's downright unsafe.
Yeah, but my kids really love to play on that thing. So do all the kids in the neighborhood.
Well, it's going to take some effort on your part, but that swing set can be made a lot safer.
That's right. But until it's fixed up, better declare it off limits.
Well, okay. What do I have to do?
At 12:14, we began briefing Mr. Blaine. You weren't using your head when you installed the swing set over this concrete slab. The chance of a bad injury from a fall is greatly increased on a hard surface like this.
You've installed this swing set much too close to that tree and too near the back of the house. You should leave at least 6 feet from the nearest obstruction.
Activate our miniaturizing unit, Bob. We can pinpoint the rest of the problems by getting a closer look. Bear with us, Mr. Blaine. Now, you see these protruding screws and bolts? They're dangerous. Kids can cut and scrape themselves on these things. Best thing to do is to cap them. If you can't find a set of protective caps, then tape them over with heavy tape.
And see these loose screws and bolts? If they get any looser, this entire thing may collapse. Check it out about twice a month and tighten them up.
These open-ended S-hooks are dangerous. They can cause an ugly wound. Now, you can fix them by closing them tightly with a pair of pliers.
This set is also very unstable, Mr. Blaine. It needs to be anchored firmly to the ground. Concrete ought to do the job, but make sure the concrete is below ground level.
And these rusted swing chains need to be replaced. The rust weakens the metal, and one of these days, whammo. Also, the rusted areas on the metal tubing need to be sanded and repainted with lead-free paint.
These rings are another potential hazard. Now, their diameter is in the 5 to 10-inch danger zone. Rings of that diameter could entrap a child's head. Replace it with rings having a diameter of less than 5 inches or more than 10 inches. Got it?
I guess I don't have to tell you how dangerous these metal swing seats with broken edges are. Better replace them with lightweight seats to protect the kids from hard knocks. If you get the metal seats, make sure they have smooth rolled edges.
Well, I really appreciate all of this help. Hey, you can rest assured
Not so fast, Mr. Blaine. We're not through yet.
Oh.
Now, you've got to teach Tommy safer play habits and supervise him when he's at play on the equipment. Teach your child respect for the swing set. Emphasize no rough play on the playground equipment. No pushing, shoving, or fighting. No jumping off the swing or other equipment while it's in motion.
And teach him to sit in the center of the swing when he's on it. And tell him those swing chains weren't designed to be twisted.
And, of course, walking in front or back of a moving swing is very dangerous.
Well, there's a lot I have to do, but it's worth it. Gee, I can't thank you enough for all the...
Now, there's still more, Mr. Blaine. You may decide to buy a new playground set. And if so, be sure to look for all the safety features we discussed with you. If you buy an unassembled set, be sure to read through the directions carefully. And they should be detailed and simple. A set incorrectly assembled can be very dangerous.
Oh, I'll remember that.
At 12:45, Mrs. Blaine and Tommy returned from the hospital. The boys seemed to be doing fine. Well, Bob, looks like this case is closed.
I think Tommy learned an important lesson.
Yeah, you shouldn't monkey around on playground equipment.
Hey, Dad, who's that walking out of the backyard?
His name's Carter.
But who is he?
Oh, he's our friend. And look, he left this fact sheet from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Wow.
For more information and a copy of the fact sheet, write U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, Washington, D.C., 20207. Or call from anywhere in the continental United States on the toll-free hotline, 800-638-2666. Maryland residents only. Call 800-492-2937.
Really, they needed to shrink down so they could point out things that you could easily just point out. Okay. And also, man, I only use the swing set to jump off the swing set mid-air. That's pretty much my deal. And I'm sure lots of kids, that was their deal. And we all have scars from that time. But man, it was glorious. This next film is really fascinating. It's talking about protein synthesis, which potentially could be a really dry topic, but it does it in a very fascinating way. Enjoy.
Only rarely is there an opportunity to participate in a molecular happening. You're going to have that opportunity, for this film attempts to portray symbolically, yet in a dynamic and joyful way, one of nature's fundamental processes, the linking together of amino acids to form a protein. We know now that the three-dimensional structure and the function of a protein is determined by the order of amino acids along the backbone of the molecule. So protein synthesis involves programming and assembly. And this film, with people portraying molecules, using the dance idiom, tries to animate these two processes, the programming and assembly of a protein. Our genes carry the instructions for ordering the amino acids of each protein. Those instructions are encoded in a messenger molecule, an RNA, depicted in this film as a long snaking chain. Each of the message units is played by 3 adjacent people in the chain. Colored head balloons indicate the bases: green for guanine, blue for uracil, yellow for adenine. If there is a message, there must be a way to translate that message. And that's the job of the ribosome and of the transfer RNAs. The ribosome is composed of a large and of a small subunit, and these are depicted in the film as tumbling, rolling clusters of body, amorphous by themselves, but organized and structured when in the act of translating the message. First, the small subunit, with the aid of an initiation factor, captures the message. Then, the first transfer RNA, carrying its cognate amino acid, is brought to the ribosome message complex by a second dancing initiation factor. This requires energy, and that's represented by a puff of smoke. Next, the large ribosomal subunit tumbles into place, and then the process of bringing each amino acid to the ribosome message complex is accomplished by the T factor and its GTP cohort. And so, in the order prescribed by the balloon colors in the message chain, each amino acid is brought to the assembly site to be added to the growing chain by the peptidyl synthetase. Next, in an energy-requiring step, the message RNA, tRNA complex, is shifted so as to bring the next message unit into the ribosome to allow the process to repeat itself. At the end, the terminator factor, seeing the termination signal, cleaves the completed protein from the last tRNA, releasing it from the ribosome. So that the ribosome can do its job again, the 2 subunits are split apart and separated from the messenger by the ribosome releasing factor. My diagram is of necessity static, but protein synthesis is a dynamic process. This movie tries to bring those dynamic interactions to life.
Was Brillig and the slithy 30S ribosome did gyre and gimble in the wabe. 30S ribosome. mimsy was mRNA, that colored message unit array. Bound they were in the glorious sun by initiator factor 1.
Initiator factor 2.
Initiator factor 2 went searching for tRNA, who bore the flaccid amino acid.
tRNA! TTP! Woo!
Then, as the uffish bonds were formed, the 50S ribosome untamed came whiffling through the tulgey grass and burbled as it came.
50S ribosome! 50S ribosome! Yes! Ribosome!
T-factor plus GTP gathered in tRNA.
tRNA! Woo!
Gathered in tRNA and came galumphing back.
Oh, hydrogen bond!
Amino acids both inside, alas, the peptide bond was formed.
Peptide bond!
And as the index step took place, the message units shift a space.
Peptide bond!
Each tRNA approached the site bearing its amino acid load, whose sequence was determined by the mRNA message unit magic code.
Peptide bond! Clipping inside! Clipping inside!
long time did biocomplex churn. The protein grew by tibs and tomes. Amino acids linked in turn by the catalytic ribosome. Protein-releasing factor, since the end, her vorpal arms went snicker-snout. Oh, frabjous day, Calloo, Calais! The protein chain came streaming out. Then ribosome-releasing factor, with jaws that bite and claws that free, released the synthesizing complex and chortled in his glee. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy ribosome did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy was mRNA, and protein chain outgrabe.
Obviously, that is the best. That was the pinnacle of when you should have gone to a university or college. That was so great. Holy cow. I love that film so much. And what was happening behind the scenes, I'm sure, was outrageous. Nathan, thank you for the donation. That was real good. Real good. All right, we're going to take it all down a notch. This is another film from our collection that I got scanned last night. Hostage negotiation for police. Enjoy.
Thank you, Mrs. Peterson, for letting us use your home as our command post in this situation. I want you to think about this fellow Lambert down the street. If you can think of anything else that might help us about him, please get back to me right away, okay?
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay, thanks a lot. What do you got, Mel?
On the way back down here, I stopped the mailman. I spoke to the mailman. He delivers it to Lambert's house. He told me a couple things about Lambert. Number one, he said that he's getting some subscriptions from a gun magazine. But more importantly, he is getting some correspondence, some mail from a doctor at one of the local hospitals. He doesn't recall a doctor's name, and he's not sure of the hospital, but he's going to go back to the post office. He's going to check it for me. I have his name and his phone number, and I can call him at the post office.
Okay, definitely stay right on top of that. Now, that's important. Hold it just a second. That's important. We want to talk to him, that doctor, yeah.
I have a neighbor outside, and she tells me she thinks Lambert's doing it.
negotiator wants the offender to feel that he cares about the offender's idea of what's gone wrong and what he's upset about. He doesn't just pretend to listen to the man's reasons for his behavior. He really does try to understand and accept his reasons the way you would with a friend.
Hello, Mr. Lambert? Hello, Mr. Lambert? Hi, this is Tom DeMarco again.
Did you ever read the Bible, mister?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I was just reading something here. Did you ever read that? The Lord is my shepherd. Nuts. I don't even want to read the Bible. I don't want nothing. I don't want to go through any of that stuff.
Mr. Lambert, what's happened here? Why,
Everything's happened. The whole world has come to an end. The whole thing has gone to everything. Nothing is right. Everything is wrong.
When he speaks, you keep the conversation going with a voice which is softer and slower than his.
It's a dead end. That's all there is. Just a dead end.
I don't think so. That's why I'm here. What's your first name, Mr. Lambert?
Negotiators often don't appear to pay attention to the hostages. To an unbalanced suspect, it would appear the negotiator cares more about the hostages than him.
You know, airplanes fly over and fights start.
You know, well, two heads are always better than one, Mr. Lambert. Maybe if we kicked this thing around, talked about it a little bit, maybe I can help you, because that's why I'm here.
Oh, well, how the hell can you help me? I don't know where you can help me. You're a cop, for crying out loud. What the hell is a cop going to do other than lock me up?
He doesn't pass judgment on what the offender has
I have no
done.
intentions of locking you up. I'm here to try and help you. I know something has gone wrong upstairs there. Do you have someone up there with you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I busted the place up. Damn it, I'll tell you, I feel like killing myself. I feel like it should end. The hell, my life is useless.
Well, why would you want to do that? Why do you feel that?
Oh, you know, she's gone on me. Joni is gone. She's left.
Is that your wife, Joan?
No, hell, you know who Joni is. There she is. There's a picture up here. That's my little
The
girl.
negotiator doesn't confront him after he lies or when his thinking is irrational.
Hey, look at this. Look at the front page of the paper, damn. I gave her to that guy.
You gave Joni to a guy?
He took her to California and I killed her. Yeah, I killed her. I gave it to this guy and I killed her. Damn it, I killed her. I did.
How did that happen? I haven't seen the paper today, Roger. Maybe if you could tell it to me. I haven't seen the paper.
And you're supportive when the man is rational and makes a positive statement.
Never knew about it. Yeah, I'm the last one to know. Everything. The whole house. Everything. My whole life. I've always been the last one.
Where?
Took her to California.
Oh, I see. This is your son-in-law, Roger?
He took her away.
And you don't get angry if it seems you aren't getting anywhere.
Listen, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't talk anymore. I have to go.
I realize you have to go to the bathroom. Supposing, what time do you have now?
Wait a minute. Let me... 2:30.
It's 2:30 now? I'd like to call you back in 15 minutes. Would you pick up the phone and talk to me again when I call you back?
The negotiator continues to do things which reinforce his credibility and keep the suspect thinking. This gradually creates trust.
Where we may come to a reasonable conclusion. Roger, Tom DeMarco.
Yeah.
It's 2:45. I promised you I'd call you back, and it's 2:45, Roger.
Where's all those 400 cops out there that want to kill me?
There are no cops out here that want to kill you, Roger. I'm out here, and I want to help you.
Nobody can help me. It's a lot of baloney. You can't do that. It's too late.
It's not too late, Roger. I read the article that you told me about. I read about the Belmonts. Is that Joan, and is that what you were trying to tell me before?
Yeah. Did you see it? See what he did? He killed her. I killed her, too. I gave it to him. Took her out to California. Did you turn the heat up in this place?
No.
Damn, it's hot. My God. I'm broiling in here.
Are you okay up there?
Yeah, we're okay. We're all right. We're all right. Everything is all right. Just leave us be. Just leave us be. Everything is cool.
Roger, who's up there with you?
We're here. We're here. Just never mind. We're here. Geez, I should have bought some strawberries today. Joni likes strawberries. Did you ever eat strawberries?
I certainly did.
Yeah, she liked them with cream, sugar. She used to get the big can of whipped cream, and she used to put the whipped cream all over the top. And she'd eat all the whipped cream first, and then she'd eat the strawberries. Listen. Where are you?
We have movement in the north window. We have a male white, black shirt.
It's worth remembering that maintaining fire discipline, unless commanded otherwise, is as important to the negotiation as maintaining invisible deployment. As time goes on, the suspect will consume his energy and experience varying degrees of discomfort and feelings of isolation.
Hey, man, give me a television in here, will you?
What do you want with a TV?
I'm getting bored in this damn place. Nothing else to do in here.
Why do you keep asking for things I don't have? TVs just don't sit around here. I might be able to work something out with a radio for you.
Well, you said that with the car and with the plane. Let's get the TV in here and the sandwiches. Come on now, do something.
Listen, I got the food right here. I'll stick a radio right in the box with it if you let that clerk out of there.
Why should I let the clerk out? Well, you haven't given me anything yet. What did you give me?
Listen, the guy's got a bad heart. Just ask him.
Hey, you got a bad heart, man? Hey, yeah, he says you got a bad heart.
You want the radio?
Yeah, okay, I'll take the radio. But gee, get the sandwiches, too. We're starving in here.
They're on the way, Don. Just get that guy ready to come out and get them.
Yeah, how do you want them?
We're going to have him come out the front door, pick up the box, take it back inside, then you let him out. Let him come right on out, walk to the right, keep walking. You'll have my word. You'll get a radio with batteries. It'll work.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm the manager! God, don't shoot!
When the need for the radio became greater than their need for the hostage with the bad heart, you saw another negotiation principle work for you. The suspect's priorities often change. Use that principle to your advantage.
Don't shoot, please! Please!
Perhaps you could make some suggestions to us, Doctor, as to the subject matter that we should stay away from, or possibly subjects that we can utilize during our negotiations with this person.
I would suggest to you that you stay away from talking anything about his daughter. He has a fixation about her. And I would suggest that you try to show him some level of friendliness and try not to be too aggressive toward him. I haven't seen Mr. Lambert for the last 3 months, but I can tell you that he has suicidal tendencies. Outside of that, I would rather not have too much to do with this.
Well, I appreciate this, Doctor. Thank you very much. If we need you again, we'll call you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got our problems with this guy, Tom.
Figures we've been batting it down.
Mm.
Damn.
All right, I got my shirt off now.
I don't believe you. Stand up so I can see you.
All right, let me just see your hands. I see that gun and it
That's my
scares
hands
me.
right here. I want to see
The
you.
negotiator is also being sized up by the suspect, and if he gets even the slightest hint of deception or trickery, negotiations are over, and he'll be more dangerous than ever. Of course, trust doesn't come easy.
Don't do
I
that.
don't care what you do to me. Go ahead and kill me.
Please, put that gun down before somebody gets hurt. We don't want to hurt
Nobody's
anyone.
gonna get hurt.
Please, put the gun down. Please.
All along, the negotiator wants the offender to see him as a neutral party, as a middleman. The negotiator is not authorized to make all the decisions alone. If the suspect thinks you're the top man in the department, he'll believe you can make all the decisions right now.
All right, give me a minute. Look, do me a favor. I'll get you a cigarette, just like you asked. But how about getting that gun out of the car?
No, I want a cigarette.
Come on, how about getting the gun out? I'll give you a cigarette.
And of course, for every demand made, you try to get the suspect to give up something in return. Sometimes it works.
Just throw it out the window.
You're going to give me a cigarette?
I promise I'll give you a cigarette. If you throw it out the window.
All right. All right, it's out. It's out.
Okay, I'll get you a cigarette. Just give me a minute.
Your experience tells you, of course, that the suspect may have another gun. That's why you maintain your cover and avoid any action which could also endanger the hostage's safety.
Hey, Sarge, you got a cigarette for this guy? Okay, Mr. Charles, the cigarette's coming up, just like I promised. There it is.
Years of overwhelming stress or self-guilt, or whatever led him to this point, can distort perceptions of reality for someone as sick as this. The suspect may not even know exactly where he is because his mind often lives in the past and the present at the same time. And while all of this is going on, if it's you who has to stand out in the cold, all you want is to get this thing over with, or to see what is happening outside your view. The crowd gets bored. They want action. So it's easy to see why some departments eventually decide to stop humoring the suspect, and in they go, usually with these results. They shoot the suspect, or he shoots himself, or he shoots the hostage, or even worse, the police shoot the hostage.
Roger, this is Tom DeMarco again.
You know, I don't know. Do you believe I got another gun?
I believe you have a gun, Roger.
But where there is a choice of action,
That hole in the
there's
door.
no question that taking your time is better than taking a life.
Roger, there's no need for that. I think I understand the solution to what this situation is all about. Listen to me. Trust me for a minute and listen to me.
And about now, you also find out if the press are still reporting the incident accurately.
It's 53 degrees at 10 o'clock. I'm Ed Grilly with WGBB News and Weather. The lead story at this hour, 2 gunmen are now holding hostages at a bank on the south shore of Long Island. According to police, the European-American bank was held up at about 1 o'clock today by a pair of gunmen. At this hour, the suspects have barricaded themselves at an adjacent store, Alexander's Men's and Boys Wear, and police have now roped off the surrounding area. There was an exchange of gunfire reported between police and the gunmen, but no injuries were reported. The number of hostages is still unknown, and it's also believed that none of the hostages have been injured as of yet. WGBB will bring you further details of this late-breaking story as it develops. In other news, the death toll in that Amsterdam hotel...
How's your daughter doing?
She's all right. I'm not going to hurt her.
I want something to eat.
Lori, would you please?
Mr.
I'm
Chimes.
not after her.
Mr. Chimes, how about letting her out?
No. I'm not letting her out.
Come on. The officer is right there. Let her go with the officer.
Often the hostage can't wait to escape after release by the suspect. Sometimes negotiations break down, and suspects try to escape with the hostages, which only means you better have contingency plans to track them wherever they go. Sometimes the hostages escape on their own.
That's WGBB News. Our next report comes
Sometimes the hostages don't want to escape. After spending hours in a close setting with an offender, hostages establish contact with their captors and often begin to identify with their goals. This transference phenomenon can sometimes make the surrender process dangerous and unpredictable. Inside the barricade, a hostage's biggest fear is often the feeling that the police are going to assault at any time.
All right, so there is some music here that we are going to mute. Let's see. See if it's back. 1 second.
It takes time to lose that fear, so you work on transferring his fear to making decisions.
The situation is terrible.
Hostages can provide unreliable information because the hostage taker's threat can be so overpowering that even in the post-release period, the threat is still present.
7 hostages?
Yes, they threaten to kill all of them if you don't do something. Give them what they want.
Well, people on the vantage point across the street don't see that many people in that store. Are you sure there's 7 people in there? Come on now, Mr. Lennon, you don't have to worry. You're out of the store now.
Those people are desperate. They'll kill those people in there.
They won't kill them. We'll take care of them. Don't worry about that. But we have to know how many people are in there.
Tired.
Just calm down. Relax now. Tell me, how many people are in the store?
They saw your snipers, the men with rifles on the buildings across the street. They know you're trying to kill them. They're not going to let those people go.
They're not going to kill anybody if we can avoid it. But our snipers across the street don't count as many people as you say that are in that store. Come on, tell me how many are in there.
There's 2 people.
About 85% of the time, this is the ending when all officers involved decide to take the time to do it right. The hostages are freed first, then the suspect surrenders. But to get to this point often requires real flexibility on the part of the negotiator. For example, this man was allowed to come out without handcuffs to see his girlfriend. The negotiator's evaluation told him it would work with this suspect. This offender felt it was important to hand over the hostage himself. The negotiator knew that every hostage taker feels a need to surrender with dignity. An offender knows the press is there too, and the negotiator knows he just might have to deal with this man again. If you vent your frustrations or hold him up like a trophy, good luck getting him to surrender next time.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We've had it, Bob and I, and we'll give up, but I only want to give up to you.
And it's even easier if the negotiator has been able to build some kind of lasting rapport.
Okay, see, we'll see in a couple minutes. You tell us how you want us to come out, and we'll come out. We've had it.
Okay, Don, let the hostages come out first, one at a time, their hands in the air. Let them come out to the sidewalk, make a right turn, and walk away. Then you 2 guys come out one at a time. Leave the guns inside, come out with your hands in the air, and come out slow. I'll come out and meet you. I'm wearing a light blue jacket.
Okay, babe. Where's that man? Hey, Bob. We're gonna go, Bob. That's it. We give up, huh?
Okay, inside the store. Send the hostages out one at a time with their hands in the air. Raise your hand over your head. Walk to the sidewalk and make a quick right turn. Quickly. Walk down the sidewalk towards the bank. Ex-hostage comes through the door. Raise your hand over your head. Walk
Where's that guy I was talking to?
Keep your hands in the air. He's right here.
You see?
All to the sidewalk. Right around the basement door.
The longer the negotiator communicates, the harder it becomes for the suspects to maintain their determination, and the easier it becomes for them to accept the negotiator's offer of safety in return for the hostages. Their problem was that they could not see many solutions to their situation, except the one presented by the negotiator. What about the hostages afterwards? This is a time of strong and confused feelings. You can tell it in the way they come out, crying, laughing, or maybe no apparent reaction at all. And yet, to be taken hostage can be an incredibly traumatic experience. You show the same compassion you would want if you were in this situation.
Okay, Mr. Chance, it's all over. All right. It's all over. Like I promised you, I won't hack you.
Here, the negotiator allowed the suspect to go to the station with the officers in his own car. Of course, a thorough vehicle search is made before entering.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
I read the article. I see what happened with that son-in-law of yours. And I also see there's some children involved here.
In this case, no one knows for sure if there is a hostage or what the suspect will do next.
They need someone.
Could be out here today, John.
The point is to realize the importance of your job in these incidents. You may be in a situation to decide if intervention is the best course of action. And if you're on the outer perimeter, you have to continue to reevaluate conditions as well, because you know what could happen if that outer perimeter ever moved to the inner perimeter. Of course, you won't be able to control all the things that are happening around you, but you can control your own actions. And to the degree to which you can do that, the closer everyone will come to reaching a positive outcome.
Trust me, this is the answer. This is the answer for you and for those kids.
All right. Even though the narrator had this nice, calm, relaxing tone and things ended basically okay, I can't end on that. I can't let you go on the weekend just thinking about that. So by request, animals speak for themselves. Enjoy.
Hi, fellas. I'm Sergeant Helen Meadowcroft, and it's my job to answer requests from you leathernecks. Just get a load of this one from Private Roger Herbst of the USS Vixen. He says, One thing we miss most at sea is animals, especially a guy from a farm like me. Why, back home the animals almost talk to me. Can't you show us some just for old time's sake? Well, it took a lot of doing, Private Herbst, but here are those animals for you, talking.
My, how we've changed. Or have we? But nobody ever heard of a monkey mother abandoning her baby or of simian tribes fighting and killing one another. Nevertheless, according to scientists, in all the actions and reactions of monkeys, and in all their physical and nervous structure, too, they most nearly resemble men.
We monkeys resent that last statement.
The fox is smart, we all know that. But who knows what makes him so? We know he is valuable because his skin is what the ladies love to touch. But fur doesn't make a fox a philosopher. What does make you so smart, Mr. Fox?
You gotta be smart when everyone is trying to skin you.
Nope, it isn't a sheep or a camel. It's an alpaca from Peru. And though he's all wool and a yard wide, his IQ is X-. He's a regular mutton head. Why, he'll stand to be sheared as patiently as the stupidest sheep that was ever fleeced.
I may not be the smartest, but I bet I'm the silliest looking animal you ever saw.
The skunk is a real Native American. Since nature surrounded him with the aura of his own odor, and it isn't Chanel No. 5, he doesn't know why he's so unpopular, and since his best friends won't, we'll have to tell the poor little stinker what's wrong with him.
Well, what do you know? I've got B.O.
Of course, there are jackasses in our who's who, humble burros, half-parents of the mule, and the prospector's faithful friend. The female of the species is known as Jenny, and the male is a dreamy fellow with a preference for the lighter shades of beauty. Say, Jack, what is it you stand around all day dreaming about?
I dream of Jenny with the light brown hair.
Does a goat's appetite ever buck at a menu that would embarrass a rock crusher? Does a goat ever worry over vitamins, calories, and such? No, sirree. A goat will eat not only the stale dregs of a tin can, but he'll eat the can, too, when he gets around to it. He grows stronger and stronger on any old thing. The older, the better. In fact, nothing was ever known to disturb his digestion.
Has anyone in the audience got any bicarbonate of soda? A bloop?
In the West, 'tis the time for reposing. High time that our book should be closing. We hope that you like our who's whoing and our moo cow's unusual mooing.
Out on the plains down near Santa Fe, I met a cowboy walking the range one day, and as he jogged along, I heard him singing a most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Come-a-tie-yi-yi, come-a-tie-yip-li-yi-yi.
Get along, get hip, little doggies, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Get hip, little doggies, and he trucked them on down the old fairway.
Singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Come-a-tie-yi-yi, come-a-tie-yip-li-yi-yi. Singing his cowboy songs, he's just too much. He's got a knocked-out western accent with a hard-love touch. He was raised on local weed. He's what you call a swing half-breed, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Come-a-tie-yi-yi, come-a-tie-yip-li-yi, come-a-tie-yi-yi, come-a-tie-yip-li-yi, come-a-tie-yi.
I was hoping that this was going to be an after dinner mint, a pretty heavy film, but it seems like the comments are split. Some of you dug this and thought it was hilarious, and some of you really, really hated this. I guess that makes it a good movie. To have this kind of sharp division. That was so stupid. That was so great. Yeah, that was both stupid and great. I also love the woman at the beginning who was chosen for her pretty face and not necessarily for her narration skills. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. I appreciate you watching, your eyeballs. If you like what you saw, you could donate via the super thanks button like Nathan did. Thank you again, Nathan. You can also donate via the ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Or you can watch one of the hundreds of films that we've been uploading. We are releasing one film an hour, 24/7. Although I think because I'm traveling this weekend on Sunday, I think I will run out. But it's a lot of stuff that we have that we've been trying to show you, trying to share, and watch some of it, like some of it, and yeah, thanks again, and we'll see you live on Monday. There's no reason to watch television on Monday. Just watch our live show. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.